Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So the closer we get to one of the biggest announcements of the year when it comes to the anticipation of who Gervonta Tank Davis is going to fight next, we keep receiving more and more hints to build up the anticipation. At first, the majority of fans were convinced that Gervonta was going to fight against Isaac Pitbull Cruz in a rematch, a fight that would have made no sense when it comes to his debut on Prime Amazon. Then there were speculations of Gervonta fighting against Frank Martin. A couple weeks ago, Gervonta Tank Davis's trainer Calvin Ford, he said that Davis's next opponent will be a tune-up. Well, now he's dropping another hint of who it may be. This time he's saying it's an oldie but goodie, obviously meaning it's an old opponent but a good one. This is what he said to From the Bottom.
This one right here, it's a good move. It's a good move, you know, so stay tuned, you know.
It's a good move, and it's going to be a shocker move? Is it going to be a shocker?
See, if I tell that, it's going to have everybody going, Get
right. I'm trying to get something, Coach.
I'm going to tell you this.
Okay.
It's going to be a good move. Everybody going to be like, yo, yeah, that's a goodie right there.
A goodie.
That's a goodie.
I gotta reverse engineer that. Normally when people say goodie, they be like, oh, that's an oldie but goodie. You know what I'm saying? We've been wanting that.
See, I can say that. I am going to say that. That's an oldie but goodie.
Okay.
I am going to say that.
All right.
That's all I'm going to give you. That's an oldie but goodie.
I ain't gonna dig no more.
That's an oldie but goodie. I am going to say that.
You know, it was pretty interesting because if you notice, Calvin Ford, he originally said it's a goodie. And once Calvin Ford heard the guys say oldie but goodie, that's when Calvin started saying, yeah, it's an oldie but goodie. But from the clip that was sent to me, right after the guy said, so it's an oldie but goodie, the video was edited. So there was something that was cut out, and then it goes right into Calvin Ford saying, yeah, I could say that. It's an oldie but goodie. Now, if Calvin Ford truly is telling the fans that Gervonta's next opponent is going to be old, but it's going to be a good one, meaning it's going to be a good fight, that means that obviously rules out a Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson. With that clue, only a few names is going to come to mind. With a lot of fans, only one name is going to come to mind. Now, if you guys have noticed, there has only been a handful of fighters that Gervonta Tank Davis has gone out his way and voluntarily called out. I'm talking about where maybe he tweeted it, saying he wants that fight without him being interviewed, without people asking him, what do you think about fighting this guy or that guy? These are guys that Gervonta, once again, he personally said he would like to fight. Let me name them. Gervonta Tank Davis, he called out George Kambosos. After Kambosos beat Teofimo Lopez, he said, man, I just want to beat this guy. I don't even care about the belts. I just want to knock him out. Gervonta Tank Davis, he called out Ryan Garcia. He said something similar. He said, I don't even care if I'm the B-side. I just want to knock him out. Years ago, Gervonta Tank Davis even called out Adrian Broner. He even put out a poster promoting the fight. But of course, Adrian Broner, he turned down the fight, saying that Gervonta Tank Davis was his friend. Now, the last person Gervonta called out and said he really was interested in fighting was Manny Pacquiao. He called out Manny Pacquiao after Manny beat Keith Thurman. Now, out of those 4 fighters that Gervonta called out, we know he fought one so far, and that was Ryan Garcia. It could be very possible that Gervonta Tank Davis' next opponent will be 2 out of 4 of the guys that he has called out in his career. If Davis's next opponent is truly going to be old, but a good fighter, Manny Pacquiao is the oldest, and Manny Pacquiao, he beat Adrian Broner. And I don't think Adrian Broner would be crazy enough to fight Gervonta Tank Davis no matter how much money they offer him. And Manny Pacquiao has already came out on record recently saying that he would be interested in fighting Gervonta at 145 pounds. Now, this is all speculation, and Calvin Ford, when he said it's a goodie, maybe he just said oldie but goodie because once again, he heard the other guy say it. But if it is truly an old fighter, and it turns out to be Manny Pacquiao, then that means Gervonta Tank Davis is going to not only move up to 140, he may be moving up all the way to 145. Once again, if the opponent is Manny Pacquiao, because we know that Manny Pacquiao is not going all the way down to 135. We know Gervonta has already fought at 140. And more recently, he just came out and said he's not scared to fight Devin Haney at 140 because he's been beating up people like Sean Porter, who was 47 pounds, 147 plus. So it wouldn't be that surprising if Gervonta Tank Davis does go up to 140 or 140 plus to fight anyone next. But it can also be possible that Gervonta Tank Davis is just going to stay at 135 for his next fight and fight Frank Martin. But if it's anyone outside of Frank Martin or Manny Pacquiao, I'd be more surprised. Regardless of Manny Pacquiao being 45 years old, we know that if Gervonta does fight Manny Pacquiao, it's going to do better numbers than him fighting against Frank Martin. But before I get deeper into talking about a possible fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Manny Pacquiao, I want to wait to see if that is the fight that's going to be announced. So let's see what happens. I'm sure we'll get an announcement hopefully in the next 2 weeks or even earlier. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Oldie Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to Oldie.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. So to get this hookup, make sure you follow and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.